Good morning. Happy Motivated Monday to you all. I am going to be joined by the lovely Sophie Watson this morning. And Sophie is a stress and anxiety management coach. So we have a lot in common because I had stress and anxiety for over 20 years. And Sophie helps clients to overcome that. But one of the biggest things that we have in common is she believes highly in the law of attraction, as do I. So I'm going to see if I can invite Sophie on. Let's see if this works today. Friends, watch that video. If you like, I'll put it up in the corner.
Oh, be good.
Hello.
Hello.
Not work.
Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I did then.
And hope that it comes. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
And you're from Berkshire.
Yep. I couldn't get my headphones. That might make it better. I'll grab my headphones. Let's see if that helps. Hang on a sec.
If anyone's got to, let me know if this helps. Because literally I'm three times. Okay, so we're gonna keep working with it and hopefully the phone will disappear and then I'll be able to actually concentrate. Okay?
I can hear you perfectly now. This is good.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's fixed. It's all fixed for me. Woo-hoo! Thank you. I'm still getting used to doing these double lives, so every single time I do one, it's a learning curve. Like, literally. So much growth.
I know, and that's the thing. We have to have things like this happen so that we can learn. So it's like, otherwise, the world would be boring, and we'd just be plain sailing all the time and never grow. So.
Yep. And I'm always saying to people, just keep going. You know, keep trying, and you'll get there. And I always demonstrate that with my lives. Okay, so your motto is create a life that you love.
Yes.
Which is just so fantastic. I love that. One of the things that I get a lot from my clients is they come to me because they're stressed, because they see their future in a negative way. So what advice would you give to people that are worrying about their future?
So for a start, decide whether or not it's what you actually want and not what you're being told or what you think it should be. So based on sort of like society or what other people want for you or have said you should be doing or whatever. It's got to be what you are happy with. And the more that you can create your own life based on what it is that you want and how you want to lead your life, then the less stressed you're going to be. Because the reason that we're getting stressed and anxious is because we're totally out of alignment with who we truly are. So it's not just about what's going on in the physical world, it's actually what's going on within us as well, emotionally and spiritually as well. And that's what a lot of us tend to forget. But the main thing is, if you are worrying about your future, have a look at it, and there's a few things you can do. You can make a list of all the reasons why you are worrying about it, and then look at, well, actually, is that likely to happen? How likely is it to happen? Because the things that we tend to worry about never actually come about anyway.
Yeah.
And we're just spending more and more energy, just wasting time focusing on the things that actually may never even happen.
Yeah, and I've had that happen to me like so many times. I worry about something and then it all works out perfectly, And then I get really cross at myself. And I'm like, what was I worrying for? What a
Yeah,
waste of effort.
exactly. So focus on the here and now. Focus on what's going on in this moment. Just really pay attention to, it's about being mindful. I don't teach mindfulness, but it is a really, really good thing to do, is just be aware of what's going on around you right now, because whatever you are doing in this minute is going to create your future.
Yeah.
So be very mindful of what you are thinking, and if you are starting to worry about things, just challenge it.
Mm.
And that's a really great way to get to know yourself as well. Um, One other thing you can do, when we're worrying about things, it's because our fight or flight response is activated, and especially if you are stressed, that is, you're going to be in fight or flight all the time if you're stressed. So a really good technique to sort of like just calm yourself down, and it's actually a physical technique, is you can put your thumb over your index finger over your nail and do it on both sides. It's going to be a tricky for me because I've got glasses and headphones on at the minute, but you put your fingers on your temple, and then you put your fingers across your forehead, and then just breathe, and then just think about that thing that's worrying you, and just continue to think about it until you can't think of it anymore.
Mhm.
And what it actually does, these points actually calm down triple warmer, which is the fight or flight meridian in the body. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
actually, it's giving it the signal saying it's all okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
And we have neurolymphatic reflex points across our forehead, which when we hold them, it can be really, really relaxing. And that's why a lot of people, when they go, oh my God, this is going on, that's why
Yeah.
we hold our head, because it is
Oh,
actually a natural response.
oh, wow. Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah,
Not that
yeah,
I'm stressed all the time, but when I'm concentrating or I'm thinking, yeah.
yeah, you are naturally calming yourself down.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting. I didn't know that. Learn something new every day, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so following on from that, then, how can you give any advice to people that just want to switch off? Because I speak to a lot of motivated mummies. They're generally very busy, very hardworking, always on the go. And sometimes they're like, I have a lot of people say to me, I just need to get away. And they don't need to get away, they need to get away from the busyness that's going on in their mind.
Yeah.
So, do you have any advice on how these ladies can just switch off mentally without having to run away?
Okay. So you don't have to go anywhere. The way to switch off, it does take time and practice. So things like meditation. Meditation is the number one thing I get my clients doing first and foremost, because it really does help to calm your mind, and it makes it a lot easier for you to switch off. Yes, meditation isn't about completely clearing your mind. It's about calming it. So if you do struggle with meditation and you get things popping in your head, that's absolutely fine. Just acknowledge them, thank them, and then ask them to leave. And you can do that. That's absolutely fine. So that's one way of doing it. Another way is actually finding something that you enjoy doing. So I love colouring. So every now and then I'll just get the colouring book out and I'll sit and colour. And that's a really great way for me to switch off, because actually I'm doing something quite creative. I'm not needing to think about it. And actually everything else just sort of like disappears, because I'm just sat there doing something that I enjoy. And
Yeah,
that's the point. It's about doing something that you enjoy doing, that you can get yourself lost in. So whether
yeah,
or not that is colouring, or that's going out for a walk, if it's maybe doing sewing or knitting or whatever it is that you actually enjoy doing,
yeah.
it's about doing those things, because you're going to learn who you truly are as well.
I think a lot of people sometimes think that it's about literally doing nothing, like literally sitting there, maybe just watching mind-numbing TV, but doing nothing. And it's not, is it? It's about doing just switching off from the chaos, and like you say, finding something that you love and just filling up your own happiness with something that's not this mess that's going on in here.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you're sat and you're watching the TV, you've got to make sure you're watching the right stuff, because if you're
Yeah,
already not, if you're already, your head's all over the place already, you're getting quite stressed by lots of things, you're going to find that if you are watching things like EastEnders, if you're watching the news, all those kind of things, they are really, really negative. And actually, it really doesn't help the way that you think. So the more you can switch off from things like that and actually start doing things that are going to help you develop, then the more relaxed you're going to be, the better you're going to feel within yourself as well.
Yeah, definitely. Completely agree. So my last question for you is, I have got a confidence course coming up. So I've been talking to my clients a lot about building up their confidence and their self-esteem. So can you give us your favourite top tip for helping a busy person, a busy mum or dad to build up their confidence?
So something that I do, and I really encourage my clients to do, I've just done a 7-day abundance program, and within that I encourage people to do Facebook Lives. Now that can be really, really daunting for people, but actually if you're seeing that others are doing it, then it should give you confidence to say, actually they're doing it, why can't I? And actually the people that are doing it within my groups, they're all saying, look, I'm not feeling great about this, but I'm doing it. Because the thing is, it's pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And the more that you can do that, the more confidence you're going to build. And it's looking back at where in the past you have maybe felt a little bit nervous about doing something, but you've done it anyway. And the whole point is you got through it. You survived. Nothing bad happened. No one died because you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone. It's the more that you can do that, the more that you can just say yes to doing things that would maybe frighten you slightly, the more confidence you are going to build. So you find that kids, more often than not, they just go running off without a care in the world, do they? They just go and do things. And if you think back to when you were a kid, you probably did exactly the same thing. But you're still here. You survived it all. And actually, other people's opinions don't really matter. The only opinion that does matter is your own. So the more that you can start to accept that your opinion is the only one that actually really, truly matters, the more confidence you can build within yourself as well.
And like we said at the beginning, you know, it might not be perfect, but you learn. Like I've been doing Facebook Lives for a few months now. The first ones, oh my goodness, just the first ones on my own were terrifying. I'd literally be shaking and sweating. And then now I can come on and I can feel, you know, reasonably confident. I don't have to change my top after this one. You know, I'm good. And things do go wrong, but you learn from them and you grow. And I think one of the things that I really want my mums that I work with to understand is that we have to let our children experience these scary things. You know, I remember falling off my bike and cutting my knee. But if you don't try and pedal on your bike by yourself, then you're not going to learn, are you?
No.
So,
and the thing is that when you get older as well and you're suddenly left to get on and do things by yourself, oh my God, that is going to be really, really scary. So we're not actually doing your kids any favours by wrapping them up in bubble wrap and making sure that everything's perfect for them, because they are never going to learn. They're not going to be really confident people. We need to let them do their thing, and for us to do our thing and be really good role models as well, by showing them that, look, mum can go out and do this, dad can go out and do this. So,
I love that. We're so talking about the same thing all the time. Like, I just think we're both exactly on the same, like we want the same things for our clients. So yeah, I love it. So where can people find you if they want to hear more information from you, if they want to talk to you about maybe getting some help for themselves? Where can they find you?
So I'm on Facebook. So my Facebook page is Sophie Watson Stress and Anxiety Management. I do a Facebook Live every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, so people can jump on and they can actually ask me questions about stress and anxiety. And I normally have a theme for that day. I am very woo, by the way, so I work on a very, very spiritual level. So for people that are maybe not into that so much, you may be freaked out by the things that I come out with. But do come along, have a look. And I also do cards of the week on a Monday. So it's all about looking at the energies for that week. So you can always follow that and just private message
Mhm.
me if you want to get in contact. So yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I know you're busy, so thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Tammy.
joining. And
It was lovely chatting.
hopefully people have managed to gain some really important information from this quick live.
Yeah. Awesome, lovely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Right, take care, and I'm going to say bye to everybody else. Have a fantastic day, and see you all soon. Bye.